and telling them about what we do, it can be a little bit more targeted than just the shotgun, here's all the stuff we do. So what it meant was we probably had 20 or 30 discussions each over the 2 days, where for most of them we actually knew what that person's role was and were able to, well, most of them will raise a problem. Like most of them seem to come out with, oh yeah, we're doing robotics, blah, 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 but, and tell you why it's not working or what isn't working or what they're currently using. And therefore, that informs what we do. And so we got 20 something email addresses with notes attached of, well, here's what they're currently doing. Here's what they want to do. This person's a teacher. Yeah, so we can, when we're writing an email to them later or inviting them to an event or whatever, we can be really targeted with that.
And before you just, sorry.
Yeah, before we just took email addresses down, we just sent the same email to every single one of them.
Yeah.
Or for the ones that we remembered, we'd send a custom email to.
Nice. And you said I can't recall the exact wording you used, but you said something like your booth have traditionally been pretty messy or.
Yeah, it's been iterative. So over time, we've just got better and better at that. So this is the first time we've actually had a proper booth so usually when we're at conference, we just got a table set up somewhere, whereas this was in a proper petition walls and everything, like a real trade show. So that sort of added to it, but we also had a bit more thought put into our setup because it was a fairly large space we had to fill. So we sort of had two tables in an L shape like that with a TV in the center and then laptops and robots on one side, 3D printer and marketing material and the Pelican case full of robots on the other. And then we actually had stuff on the floor as well so that as they're walking past, they can look in and actually see all the stuff on the floor. So in terms of showing something off that people actually wanted to see, I think we did a fairly good job this time. Whereas sometimes we look like we're not prepared just because we haven't gone and spent 10 grand on giant posters and custom colored carpets and stuff.
So now you spend money on the booth or?
No, we've still done it pretty cheap. We've got a couple of nice printed tablecloths and our banner pretty much. And that's all we've got in terms of stuff we've bought. We went and bought a TV stand and then I took my TV and we had a video playing on the TV. Sort of just as another thing to draw people in. And then, yeah, we just had tables covered in robots doing things most of the weekend.
Nice. Did you get any feedback so far on that? So, I mean, in terms of whether people liked it more than the previous.
I think it definitely got people like just based on pure feel, it got people looking more and got people walking, actually coming and talking to us more because we had interesting stuff there that they could see and potentially play with. The Darren and them thought that booth was fine and we shouldn't go and spend any more money on it. Whereas originally they were saying you probably need to go and spend some money on it. From the get-go, they were a bit worried that we were going to look totally crap. And then I think they were surprised once we'd set it all up.
Yeah.
That it looked all right. So that was good feedback, I guess. But yeah, I think it was good. I've sent some photos. I put a photo up on Facebook or on all the socials. Our software developer, he saw it on Facebook and sent me a message saying, yeah, looks good. So, we got a few bits of feedback out of people, which has been nice.
Yes. So it almost sounds like you taught Darren how to bootstrap a booth.
Yeah, do a booth for $100 rather than 10 grand.
Yeah, because they look at it and think, oh, yeah, we need to spend 10 or 15 grand on materials to make this look really fancy.
Yeah.
But it was definitely more eye-catching. Like there was enough cool stuff going on that they'd come and ask what it was doing.
Yeah.
I think on the second day, we started having some robots just driving around on the floor out in front of the booth.
Oh, nice.
And
how did that work with foot traffic?
Badly.
They got stood on.
Yeah.
But that was a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as no one twists an ankle, I guess we're fine.
Yeah, we had the mascot, the giant life-saving mascot bear thing. That has like 2-foot-long feet stood on it, which was pretty funny. But yeah, we sort of did it carefully when it wasn't too busy, because we had some people were just asking for someone to trip over it and hurt themselves. So we were a bit wary of when and where we did it, but it got people walking past. It made them have to stop or slow down to avoid it, or see it when they otherwise wouldn't have, which is, so it's what it's all about, really.
Yeah.
And often it being stood on or something like that, their first thought is, oh, it's sturdy.
Yeah.
So the robots can survive that?
Yeah.
If somebody... Nice.
Like if you put all of your weight on it, it probably wouldn't go so well, but they did all right. The bear stood on it fine, and that was a proper step, because the bear didn't have any eye. The person in it couldn't see anything, so they didn't know it was there.
Nice. Yeah, curious to see how your follow-up conversations go now that you're more targeted and.
Yeah. So the way we've been doing that, we're running a free professional development session at St. Peter's in about a month. So we're trying to invite them all to that. And then we're going to do an online one the week later. Actually, just copy paste the same session, but online using the simulator. And yeah, so our tactic is to invite them all to that, see if they want to come along. And if they don't, or if it doesn't work for them, to actually set up with them another session at their school, the same thing. So that the plan will be to run one of those sessions once every couple of months, at whichever school's happy to host it. St. Peter's are just a close connection to us, so we asked them first and they said, yes, we will do it. But sort of that's the goal, is to get them in the room again, to have a deeper, conferences are good, but you only get 5 minutes if you're lucky with most of them. So getting them having a deeper discussion and actually getting them to have a go, because they don't get to do that at the conference for very long either. I think the most we had someone do was, drag in a couple of blocks and hit run, and that's all the time they've really got. So yeah, being able to get them to sit down, have an actual proper play with the robots, and go away with a bit more knowledge and content on what they can do with it, is sort of the game plan anyway. Because previously our plan has been to go out to every school and run a free workshop, but that's a lot of effort for us. It works really well, but there's only so many of those we can do. So it's a matter of, if we can do these PD sessions, then we can do an equivalent to, 5 or 6 schools worth of free workshops in 1 2-hour block.
Makes sense.
But yeah, that's another experimental one. If no one rocks up, then we need to change our plan.
Yeah, but you never know before you try it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Have you done anything in terms of product dev, or was it?
Yeah, I've been doing a bit of hardware stuff. I just put another order in to get quoted for, because we're starting to run into issues with part shortages.
Okay.
So there's a set of small changes we wanted to make to the robots, just to make the expansion capabilities a bit better. Just